Welcome, everyone.
Thank you.
Glad to see you. Haven't seen you since Chicago.
Yeah. Can you give an update on Doug Worthington? What's his status now?
He's practicing with us. You know, he's going through some things right now, and you know, he's got to get over some hurdles. But Doug's a good kid.
Do you have a status for him, like for the opening game? Have you gotten to that point yet?
No, we haven't gotten there quite yet. No.
Donald Washington, same way. I mean,
Haven't gotten there quite yet.
Okay.
We're moving in that direction. But we got 103 other guys that are really doing well. If you want to talk about it.
I was going to say, we just saw Pryor out here, and you know the excitement level rose tremendously. How excited are you to just see him on your practice field throwing your ball?
That'll be exciting because everyone's been talking about him so much, and he's a great kid and he's trained hard, and he's nervous like any freshman, and I'm sure he didn't sleep last night, and you know, it's just fun watching all these new kids, fun watching the veterans take on a new role, and anxious to see him out there.
Is there anyone who's limited today, injury-wise or anything like that?
Oh, you know, there's some guys that aren't going to be moving real fast because they got a little sore this morning. But I think there's a couple guys. Mike Adams won't go live, although I don't know what you can do live in shorts. Jake Stoneburner won't go live. He's got a little bit of a leg thing. But we have nothing that's going to keep guys down for very long.
Coach, there's so many veterans. Have you done something to try and make this first week anyway a little different from years past?
No, we've changed up our routine just a little bit. Not totally, because there are some things you have to get done, and whether you like it or not, you have to have certain meetings and so forth. But we've changed our routine a little bit. The course of camp will change the routine just a slight bit. But you know, they know we've got to get some things done, and just got to grind through it.
You had mentioned special teams in Chicago about the importance. Is that the focus of this practice today?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, there won't be any offense and defense in this practice. Some guys might be working on some individual drills, like our offensive linemen aren't real helpful in our special teams, nor are our quarterbacks. So they're going to be over there doing a lot of their own individual drills. But really, every other position, the first thing they have to do is report to the special team that's being worked on at that moment, and that's going to take up the entire practice.
Do you have a pretty
for a first day?
Well, no, I don't know about normal. It's a little bit different, but you know, it's an emphasis that you know, we feel as if we need, and we want to make sure we get deep into our special teams from a concept standpoint, so that they understand how important they are.
That's what I wondered, if it was at all a reaction to some of the, you know, some areas you weren't happy with last year, I guess.
Absolutely. You know, that we were last in the world in kickoff return, and I just finished a meeting. Coach Hazel was discussing that with our young champions, so we're emphasizing it.
Who are some of the guys you're going to get a look at in the return game, both kickoff-wise and
you know, the guys that really caught my eye this spring in the kickoff return were Brandon Sane and Boom Herron. You know, those two guys, I thought, really did a great job of bringing it up. I think Ray Small is as good a punt returner as there is anywhere, and you know, we've got to do a good job of creating some lanes for him, giving him a chance, and Brian Hartline, Brian Robisky are both solid, you know, punt return guys. So we're not lacking for talent there.
Would you anticipate Terrell Pryor getting some playing time in the opener?
Gosh, you know, if he earns it, isn't that a horrible answer to the question? But you know, I think he's going to be good. But I have not seen him throw one ball. You guys have seen him maybe throw a ball here today, but I have not seen one ball thrown. You know, I'm anticipating that he's going to be a guy that's going to have that passion to learn. And that's the only thing that holds out people is can you learn what we're doing? He has a passion to learn, so I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't help us.
He was using a pronounced overhand delivery a while ago.
Pronounced?
Yes.
Okay. Which hand does he throw with? I haven't even seen him like that.
Yeah. He's not wearing a black jersey. Is there a reason for that, Jim? Or is
he's live, even in shorts. He's live.
No, seriously. Is there?
I'm gonna go hit him.
Yeah.
I don't know who's wearing one.
Well, the other quarterbacks are all wearing black.
I think Terrell's wearing black.
Well, he wasn't.
No, he's wearing red.
He's wearing red.
I think he's wearing black. You better check closer.
First practice.
Jim, with Beanie sitting out in the spring, is there any apprehension at all with him, or is he absolutely free to do everything?
Oh, he's ready to go. He, you know, he had a wrist surgery. Was the major issue. No, he's ready to go, and you know, now are we going to tackle him 600 times this preseason? No. A, probably because we can't, and B, because that wouldn't be smart.
Jim, there was some talk that Chantel Rao might have some academic issues. Is there anything to that?
Yeah, Chantel's not with us right now. Hopes to be here in January, or actually hopes to be here in December. But he's not in this 105.
And is Nate Williams? Is he?
Yeah, Nathan's here and ran well, and for a guy that wasn't with us all summer, I was a little worried that, you know, the conditioning thing, and the people in the Big 33 game that coached that game, a couple of the assistant coaches on the Ohio side told me they thought he was the most impressive looking guy in the whole field, and he ran well this morning, so it's exciting that he's finally, you know, here doing what he'd hoped to do.
I was going to say, are you? What is your sense? I mean, your feel right now, your emotion right now, Jim, as you're getting ready to go out here. I mean, is it
My
excitement?
emotion is
Is
I'd
it,
like to go out and watch.
Yeah, but I mean, is it? What do you? You know, what as you get ready to get this team going down its path? I mean, what are you feeling?
You know, it is exciting. You know, we've been around a lot of these guys a long time, and we have great expectations and hopes for them. You know, we're rooting for them like crazy. There's some young guys who have shown us that they really like to work hard, and you know, I'm anxious to see them play football. You know, I like this football team. Now, you know, they've got to do things to help us like them day after day after day, and handle all the adversity and handle all the success and all the distractions along the way. But you know, I'm anxious to watch them come together as a team.
Conditioning wise, did you know they talked about their grueling summer? Did you notice? Are they better than ever? I mean, you know, conditioning wise, or what did you see about them this morning?
You know, I don't know about better than ever, but very good.
Mm-hmm.
I think there were 80 some guys who made every one of the 20 times, which is, you know, that's pretty good. You know, the test we give is a hard one, and you know, there were some guys that you know, were coming off some injuries and weren't 100% and hadn't trained, you know, as much as they'd like to and all that stuff. But they look good running to me. They look fast.
Jim, well, you know there's always competition, but with so many starters back, is there anything you do in organizing practice that maybe you do things differently if there's not so many wide open spots that you're looking to find guys?
You know, you do want to find out what the young guys can do. So always in preseason, we do organize practice such that we have what we call show times. So it's a chance that, you know, the guys get to show, you know, what they can do, what they know, and so that you're not just looking at those guys that have had a lot of opportunities. But you know, according to how much experience you have, you know, you just kind of see the practice designed. You know, as I mentioned, we're not going to hit Beanie Wells a million times. We're going to hit Todd Beckman. You know, there's James Laurinaitis isn't going to have to make 300 tackles each day, and but you know, there's some guys that we need to find out a little bit more about what they can do, and it starts today with that, you know, pronounced emphasis on special teams, because you know, there's no question about it that, you know, special teams are a place that a guy can make an early impression, and we hope that that happens.
Sorry, Devon's Lawrence, maybe split time, offense, defense. What is his role in camp? Back in the season?
He's going to go the first couple weeks strictly at the corner, just so he can get a better handle on it. And we mentioned to him today that, you know, we can get him back into the fold from a receiver standpoint after he gets firmly entrenched. We think that he's going to be a good corner, and you know, I asked him how he was hitting the curveball this summer, and he's anxious to be back here.
Will Curtis Terry be working more linebacker or more fullback or split?
More fullback.
More fullback. Is
Predominantly fullback.
So is he out of the mix as far as being a starter at linebacker possibly?
Oh yeah, he wouldn't. We've got some pretty good linebackers.
Does that mean Ross Homan's really taking a step up in your opinion?
Ross has done a great job. If we had a game today, as I listened to Luke Fickell, he would start Marcus at Sam, James at Mike, and Ross at Will. If we had a game today,
Also, I mean, Curtis had a good spring at fullback.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, what I mean,
he showed us that he could be a fullback, and you know, that's something obviously we need. And you know, he's got a little something about him, you know, that I think he could add a little bit of a leadership standpoint to that group. And you know, our fullbacks don't play tons like anyone else's fullbacks, but we think between fullbacks and special teams, you know, Curtis can make an impact in the senior year.
Behind the two Bryans, how many options do you have at receiver beyond Hartline and Robisky? Do you think there's going to be guys fighting to get on the field that third receiver spot?
You know, watching that group run today, Dane Sanzenbacher was running like a fast guy. Devere Posey, Ray Small. You know, we had some guys out there. Lamar Thomas. You know, there were some guys. I'm sure I'm missing somebody here, but we have some guys that I think can play, and it's going to be fun watching them compete.